Jeremiah 1:5 is referencing that.
Really, tell me the verse.
It's basically saying that he knew you. He had a purpose for you before you were born. Or before
That
you
does
in your
not
mother's womb.
mean ensoulment happens at conception. You think you would support me going to prison if I have paid for my girlfriend's abortion?
I got to stand on business. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fucking crazy. I think that's insane. Okay, and why do you support Trump?
Immigration and abortion. Main two.
Immigration and abortion and what else?
Those are my main two, to be honest with you.
Okay. Which one do you care more about?
Probably abortion, since I'm Christian.
Okay. What about you being Christian means you have to think abortion should be illegal?
I think it's innocent. Like, you're killing innocent baby, essentially. Or not like a baby, but it has the ability to be a baby.
Yeah, but like, where in the Bible does it say that abortion should have to be illegal? Or that you have to consider it a baby
Jeremiah
or valuable?
1:5, it talks about like how he's given you a soul. He knew you before you were in your mother's womb. So I think that if he did that, if he gave you a soul, he gave you a purpose. Yeah, that's just because
he's all-knowing. That has nothing to do with when ensoulment occurs.
I think it does.
Did he know you before you were conceived?
That's what it says in the Bible.
Yeah, that means that it has nothing to do with ensoulment or conception. Because he knew you before those things.
Why would he want you to get killed if he knew you? Why would he want you to get killed if he knew you?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I mean, the Christianity is not my main argument behind it, but I mean...
That almost sounds like you're criticizing the Christian worldview as a whole.
Not.
Okay.
If he knew you before you were in your... He basically give you a purpose. Basically give you a purpose before you were in your mother's womb. Why would he want you to get killed before he can fulfill that purpose?
Okay. You understand that there are countless things we can point to that actually are processes within human biology that prevent implantation, right? Like, there are a bunch of conceived cells after conception that don't implant naturally. So why did God make the natural process for zygotes to not always implant?
If based on my view, I would think those would not have a purpose by God, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
So then what was the purpose of them being conceived? So what was the purpose of them being conceived? I
can't tell you that.
If he was going to create the process of them not even being implanted, why create the process of them being conceived? Was just suffering the purpose, or are you saying that they don't suffer at all, and it's completely justified for God to slap a zygote?
I'm not saying that.
Because God, he literally created a process that inevitably just kills a bunch of zygotes for fun. Flushes them right out of the system.
Yes.
He could have made the process perfect, insofar as that doesn't happen. But that's how God decided to make our bodies.
I mean, I can't tell you why he made it like that, but...
Maybe he doesn't find zygotes valuable?
I think he does.
Okay. So then what's the reason why he does that then? If he finds zygotes valuable, why does he make the process to just kill zygotes for fun?
He doesn't make it for that. He obviously didn't make it for that.
Okay, then why does that happen? Because God created everything, right? The reason why it operates that way, our biology operates the way that it does because God created our biology that way, right?
Yes, but there's exceptions to everything.
Yeah, what are the exceptions?
You're using that as an exception when that's not the main, that's not the main thing.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Let me think about it. I'm trying to figure out, wait, can you repeat what you're trying to explain? The point behind what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and tell me where to start.
About they were killing zygotes or whatever you were saying.
Yeah, I was essentially saying that God made our biology in such a way in which it produces zygotes dying as a natural part of the process of fertilization and implantation, rather than making it in such a process in which every single zygote that's fertilized then necessarily will implant.
You can't. If everyone did, there would be, you're saying that there are many zygotes, right? Obviously, no one's going to want to have that many. Twins is obviously more sufferable than having one kid. Is that what you're trying to point to?
What?
You're saying that they would have to, if those zygotes were not killed, what do you think would happen to the mother?
They would become pregnant?
Yeah, exactly. But are you saying one zygote survives, but the rest don't? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. God made our biology in such a way in which not all zygotes implant after being fertilized.
Yeah, but that's
some
a natural
naturally
cause.
just get flushed out of the system and die.
Abortion is not natural. It's something you bring upon. That's a natural
I'm not talking about abortion. I'm talking about how zygotes get flushed out of the system before implantation. Not every conceived zygote, right, it implants. And God made our biology in such a way in which not all zygotes implant. So I'm asking you why.
I really can't tell you why his purpose
Okay,
was
I
behind
think
that.
this is a little too complicated for you.
No, I'm trying because you're shifting. I want to talk about abortion.
This
I said I was
is
Christian. You started
relevant
talking about
to your
this.
view on abortion because your view is in relation to God. You
I said
value
that's part
conceived
of it.
zygotes. You said that ensoulment happens at conception, but provided no scriptural evidence for that to be true. No
I
biblical
did.
evidence of that being true.
I did.
What was the biblical evidence? What verse
That he knew
in the
you when he
Bible
had a
does it
purpose.
say that ensoulment happens at conception?
Jeremiah 1:5 is referencing that.
Really, what? Tell me the verse.
It's basically saying that he knew you. He had a purpose for you before you were born, or before
That
you
does
in your
not
mother's womb.
mean ensoulment happens at conception. Complete
It's
bullshit.
the purpose. No,
Complete.
it's
You're just
not.
bullshitting. You're just bullshitting.
It's not.
You're just bullshitting. You could just admit that it's not in the Bible.
I just said it was.
It's not. That's not it
I
in the
just said it
Bible. That
was.
is you just lying. Well, that is not
not.
saying that ensoulment happens at conception. Not at all.
It's what it's referring to.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. That's not what it's referring to at all.
What do you
It
think
refers.
it's
It's referring to God being all-knowing. Okay, you're purposefully misunderstanding it to try to make it justify your point.
I'm not.
You are, objectively.
I'm literally not, bro.
I mean, your own Christians can get mad at you for that. Like that's actually like you misrepresenting Scripture.
It's literally not.
It
You're
literally
trying
is.
to work it
That's
around
not-
to see what.
That is
to
not
make
what
it
that
follow what
means
you're
at all.
saying.
Okay, I'm sorry. How does "I knew you before you were birthed," right, or in the womb, at all mean that ensoulment happened specifically at the point of conception?
Because he had a purpose for you before it happened.
Yeah, and that could be a purpose
He's
for you.
essentially trying to say your soul was there
Did
before
God have a
that.
purpose for you at the inception of creation?
Yes.
Before you existed, right?
Yeah.
So what the fuck does that have to do with your soul?
Because your soul's been there. It just hasn't been put in a body.
Yeah, I understand, but when we say when does ensoulment happen, we're asking when does the soul go into the body? That's what we're asking.
As soon as it's conceived.
And what evidence do you have for that?
I mean, you want me to look it up real quick? Try to find something?
Yeah? Because you just tried to cite a verse that was completely incorrect in
But the verse
demonstrating that is the case.
No, the verse is the way I interpret the verse is that way, but I can try to find
No,
another one
that is no
if you want
one
me
can
to.
interpret the verse that way. That is a fucking bullshit interpretation of the verse. You know it is. You
It's
know
not.
that's in reference to being all-knowing.
Yeah, I don't. That's what you think.
Elizabeth, thank you for the $20. Thank you very much on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you for God gave people free will. If with my God we free will, I elect to not opt into parenthood. I don't have to, and it's a part of God's plan. Hope that helps. You do not want to control women.
Wait, can you repeat that? I want to hear what they just said.
They said God gave. Hold on, let me read the whole thing again. God gave people free will. If with my God-given free will, I elect to not opt into parenthood, I do not have to, and it's a part of God's plan. Hope this helps you not want to control women.
That's like, you can do anything with free will? Is that what they're trying to say?
They're saying that it's not your choice to determine whether it should be illegal.
Here's my thing. I don't believe fully that anyone that's ever had an abortion should obviously be put in jail. I just believe that it shouldn't be an option in the future.
Yeah, which means you think it should be illegal. So if people get it through a black market operation, then do you think that they should have some sort of criminal punishment,
Obviously.
or if they do it themselves?
Do you think
that
most
there should
things
be
on the
criminal
black market are
punishment?
illegal? Do you think most things on the black market are illegal? So yeah, I think it would be.
Okay, so do you think that there
And
should be?
for me,
so,
it's
so you think
honestly,
that?
it's
So you think someone should be put in prison if they caused an abortion to themselves?
yes,
They should go to prison.
or they at least had to pay some punishment,
What punishment?
whether it's fine, like a big fine.
What fine?
or
How much of a
jail.
fine do you think
Probably
is
jail. Probably just
justified?
jail time. Probably just jail time.
Okay, how much jail time?
I was gonna say.
Like life?
I don't fully believe life, because I don't think. I think it's like a somewhat form of murder, but it's not like I wouldn't consider it complete, because it's
You
for me.
wouldn't
It's mainly
consider it
elective.
complete murder?
It's elective circumstances for me that I disagree with.
Yeah, and I'm talking like in elective circumstances. Do you consider that complete murder?
In elective, yes, but
Okay,
overall,
so
the
if I
concept
paid
of,
for my
like,
girlfriend's abortion, right? Do you think that should mean I should go to jail?
Yes,
You think you would support me going to prison if I have paid for my girlfriend's abortion?
I got to stand on business. Yeah,
Okay, I think that's fucking crazy. I think that's insane. And why do you think I should go to jail because I paid for my girlfriend's abortion?
sorry, wait, can you repeat that? Like, someone was just calling me and it like cut out.
Yeah, why
I
would
did
you
not
support
hear
me
that.
going to prison for paying for my girlfriend's abortion.
Do you think someone that pays for a hitman to kill someone should be also go to jail?
I don't think that's a person.
I do.
Okay, and why do you think it's a person?
What'd you say? Bro, this person keeps calling
Why do you
me.
think that's a person?
Can I really text this person real quick? Stop calling me.
Go ahead. Alrighty. Give him a second to find that. Tina, thank you very much for the $50. Thank you very much. Then all sperm donors need to start paying child support every time they have unprotected sex and just tell it's determined if a mom is pregnant. What a dumbass. Thank you very much, Tina. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Benjamin, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much for achievement unlocked interruption before the answer before hearing the question. Seriously though.
I'm back. What's up?
Alrighty.
Elective circumstances is wrong.
Why?
It's life has the ability to have life.
Yeah.
What do you
think it's
that
murder
makes
to
it
pull the
correct?
plug on an individual in your family that is brain dead?
Okay, I can give you an example that like goes against that. I mean, if you wait, first tell me why you think it's okay. Like tell me why before you bring hypotheticals. Tell me why you think it's okay.
I see nothing wrong with getting an abortion.
Like what do you value? Like what makes you not value that life as much as another?
It's never been sentient and never will be sentient if you have an abortion.
Never has or will, or like it will be eventually.
Never has or will be will have sentience.
It could be.
Not if you have an abortion,
but it could if you didn't interfere.
Yeah, and you don't have a value. There's no value in just could, like alone. There's no value in that. It's just potential, and I don't value just potential more than I value a person's bodily autonomy.
Wait, are you saying a brain dead person isn't sentient, or or is that why you do you value their lives?
Oh, they're brain dead, so I think that they've died. They're medically dead at the point of brain death.
So if I just went in and started freaking I just loaded a lot of them on fire just out of nowhere, you wouldn't care?
What? Yes, we would care. Do you think that's okay to do to dead bodies?
For me, that's
to a family member. To a family member. It's dead family. It's someone's family member. You think it's okay to do that to someone's dead body? So how about you go into go into a funeral home and do that right now?
I'm not. I'm the one disagreeing with it.
Okay, so then what's your point?
About pulling the plug, but I'm trying to talk about it in a different form. If they're already dead,
so you don't believe that should be applicable to dead bodies. So obviously, why would you say that would be applicable to my view if I believe that they're dead at the point of brain death?
They have already lived a life. This thing has the ability to live a life. It has not lived.
So you agree that they're dead at the point of brain death?
It has not lived.
So you agree that they're dead at the point of brain death?
Yes, but they've already lived a life. Is the difference that I value. That's why I value it less.
Okay, so you're saying that because they've already lived a life. Okay, so what about a brain dead stillborn?
They
never lived life, but they're brain dead. Wouldn't you consider them dead?
What percentage of births? What percentage of births?
I don't care. It doesn't matter what percent. Just can you answer the question?
I care about the 99% over the 0.1%.
So can you engage with this example though?
I don't think it's I think it's a false analogy, dude.
How?
I don't think it's a good example because you're focusing on the 0. There's always
just because an analogy is applicable to a small percent of cases does not mean it's a relevant analogy to question your perspective in application to all cases.
So why can't you use the 99% as part of your analogy? Why are you using the 0.1%?
Because this will be more relevant towards questioning the
because it helps you prove your point better, but the 99% helps me prove my point better.
If I give you any individual circumstance, that would be applicable to that one individual circumstance and not all individual circumstances. Therefore, under your view, you would never answer a single example because the fact that that single example is not representative of the rest of the 99.99% of argumentation or positions that could have been referenced. So do you see how that's such a ridiculous perspective? Can you please engage with the hypothetical? Just because it's referenced to a small percent of cases does not mean it's not a relevant hypothetical to bring up.
Okay, then say it. Didn't even really listen to it the first time you said it.
So you just didn't listen?
Because I thought it's not I'm not a big fan of I'm a big fan of the majority.
All right, later.